All right, we've got Kathey Treat and Bob Moroney here from the Savour the Journey Hospice Care Charitable Foundation. And as Beth was sort of tailing into, this is a really important service for people up here in our valley. And thanks for joining us this morning, guys, to give us some insight into what you provide. How are you guys doing this morning?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's been a nice little day. Yeah. Well, I know you guys have got some stories to share with us. So let's start with you, Kathey.
Well, my husband passed away about 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
And it was really very important to me and to my family that Sandy could stay at home and that we could care for him. We wanted to really do all of the caregiving.
Yeah.
And home care made that possible for us. Our nurse, who was so amazing, she taught me what I needed to know to care for him. She taught me how to keep him hydrated with IVs. She taught me how to keep him comfortable with pain management.
Yeah.
And so because of home care and hospice, we were able to keep Sandy in our home with me, with my 2 sons, Sandy and Andrew, and with our dogs, who were by his side until the very end, sleeping right by his side.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
It's so much more comfortable and just a more pleasant experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It would have been a completely different experience had home care not been there for us.
And they provided some training for you as well, so like
Right.
advice and training on
The training, but what was also as equally as important for the training was our nurse listened to us, and she comforted us and she prepared us for what was to come, which is what you need at that point in time.
Yeah.
So home care, you know, their loving, compassionate care made all of the difference, and my family and I are so grateful to have them here in this valley, and we're also grateful because eventually most of us will probably need their services.
Yeah.
So it's just an awesome organization with wonderful people.
Yeah. Well, I want to get into how to support it, but I know you had a little story as well, Bob.
Well, mine is similar to Kathey's.
Yeah.
And in reflecting on it, we had the distinction, my daughter Sarah and I, when my wife Ruth was dying and she was sent home from the hospital in December of 2011, and then she virtually had a miraculous recovery, went back to teaching school, and then we had a second support time with hospice in May. And I was reflecting on it, and you know, when you're dealing with a loved one's death, you go from your head to your heart, but most of the time you're in the business part, in the head of dealing with the issues and the medication, and it's what was missing from me and what they provided was compassion. Pat Hammond and Lindsay Bulldog, who helped us and my daughter. But you know, do you want to die in the hospital? Do you want to be at home in a comfortable place? And hospice provides that opportunity and support, and even through the entire experience. So, but it was just that they exuded compassion, and I know I was a little rough the last few weeks.
Oh, I could imagine the emotional strain that you go through.
That compassion is the key.
Yeah.
And then even after the fact, I was going to say Sandy, Kathey and I were talking about, it's not just the last stage, it's even support past that. For instance, Selene Kruger puts on a grieving course that's phenomenal. And you know, you think you don't need it, and even years afterwards, if you haven't had the resolution of going through the grieving, through the hospice organization, they assist with that. And Selene's courses, fantastic and tremendous follow-up. So we're just fortunate in the valley to have the community we have, because Kathey has some family, but I don't, and so the community becomes your family, and the relationships we build up with people through hospice, like Pat in particular, Pat Hammond.
So we've got a flyer up on screen right now. There's a nice event coming up here soon where we can support the Savour the Journey.
It's going to be fun, a lot of fun. We're going to have great music with Brad Quayle and some other wonderful musicians, and it's going to be a fun Western theme at the Vista at Arrowhead, which is always so delicious and beautiful scenery, beautiful setting. So we're hoping that our community will come out and support and celebrate hospice.
Okay, so quickly, because we gotta move on here, but I just wanted to get the info on how do they purchase tickets to that, and how can they contact you if they want to support Savor the Journey?
Did you have it on the screen?
Oh,
right now?
we just did. I wasn't sure. Sorry, I didn't want to put
sorry.
you at the end. No, that's all good. So, quick website.
I don't. Yes.
It's
Well, we just had.
We
that.
do
it's
have
going to be paper advertising.
No,
that's
no.
coming on
We
the
do have a
web, yeah.
website and a place where if you cannot attend, we would be, of course, so appreciative of donations.
Yeah.
So we do have the website for
Okay.
Go to Hospice and Home Care of the Valley.
Okay.
Mickey's playing, Peter Fontenay, Brent Gordon. It's
Right.
not to be missed.
Yeah.
Just with the entertainment, the buffet, fantastic live auction. It's at Vistas.
Some great
All right. Well,
great things.
Thank you guys so much for coming on
Thank
today.
you.
I appreciate it. What a great cause. And stick
Thank you.
around. We just got a little bit more Good Morning Vail coming up next.